Welcome to the show, Barry Dredd. You are a London-born bassist, singer and songwriter with over 30 years of experience in the music business. You've been part of a number of bands, Sunset and Rockstone, and have played with reggae artists John Holt, Alton Ellis, Leroy Smart, just to name a few people you've worked with there. Going solo, you've released your first single, Mother's Cry, on your own label, Can Records. The start of many singles, along with releasing your album We Need Love, was in 2004. There's a ton of stuff to talk about with you, Barry. Thank you so much for joining us on the show here, and please do tell us more.
Yeah, man, when I give thanks, it's an honor, give thanks to Skyler, and great to meet you, you know what I mean? Yeah. Basically, I'm just glad to be on this journey, of musical journey, I have one of my songs on my first album is called Music. I'm glad I found music in my heart, music in my soul, because it's what saves us, I started on the road of consciousness from church. My father was a pastor. Being in the church, my father used to say that God made man, and basically out of the rib of man, he made woman. And then you go to school, and they said, oh, man come from monkey, and, there was these dinosaurs and all of that. So from a youth, I was very, I had two stories, and these two stories made me think, hold on, what's going on in this world? So from a very young, I started to question things, And when I was about 16, my spirit brought me to this bookshop, and it brought me to a book by Walter Rodney called Underdeveloped Africa. And in that book, it just opened up the whole thing for me as a 16-year-old. I was like, wow, is this really what was going on? And, I went to my father, I said, Father, Dad, look at this, you know what I mean? We was enslaved, and we was and he ran me, he said, come away from me with them thing there, because he's set in their ways, so you ain't going to go down that road with me, you know what I mean? So that's what really set me on my path of trying to really find my history and my culture and trying to do great works in the world, because it's just righteous that's going to do great works in this world. So I just gravitate towards that, you know what I mean? And luckily, I had some good brethren around where, because back in the day, you had to have your friends to play music. You couldn't do it by yourself. Yeah. It was you know what I mean? You have to find a man who was prepared to do it with you. You know what I mean? Lift up box over here and try and get your parents to let you play in one room or whatever. Because I started when my father went to Jamaica, and my mum, she was a bit more cooler than my dad. My dad was like, he would never allow that. But my mum said, yeah, go on then, So we started to rehearse in the room. We started copying records. It was like we'd play, when we really caught a record, it was like we was playing that for about half an hour. The spirit of that, you just got to realize that you're actually playing music, and it just, and obviously when I took that to school, because it's from school, and we had this little school band who went to our next girls' school and performed, and I noticed the adulation you get from that. So when I left school, I said, you know what, this is me, man. Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
So I went down. So yeah, luckily I had a good set of veterans them that at the time, we get together, and we used to emulate Jamaican musicians. Like I would emulate Family Man, or Robbie Shakespeare, and drummer say he was Sly Dunbar or drummer from the Roots Radics. You understand? So and it was Blingy Bonnie. Everybody you envelop that character within you, and together you get stronger and better. You know what I mean? And before we know it was backing artists from Jamaica when they came over, so you had, there were several bands around, Instigators, who was controlled by Fat Man, and Fat Man had all the links to Jamaica. So when the artists would come over from Jamaica, they would check Fat Man. Fat Man would get the bands to back him. So we was linked with, when Instigators couldn't, we get a lot of work from that, but it would take away from our own creativity, because we'd be there touring with guys. You know what I mean? But we're in order, but at the same time, we were not doing our thing as Sunset Band. You know what I mean? And at the end of the night, it's like, oh boy, you want to see, we don't get the money we're supposed to get and all of that thing. Yeah. But, we love the experience, because I learned from each one of those artists there, Yeah, man. So basically, through Sunset Band, we was able to get involved with an organization called iFashion. Yeah, iFashion Music Co. was based in near King's Cross in London. And what happened is we didn't. It was just after the riots in London, and there was a lot of things going on in Finsbury Park, and one of the guys kicked down a door. He just basically went into a abandoned building and started taking over and start having sound systems playing in there and pool tables, all kind of things was going on. But at the same time, my brethren, he knew the guy, so we needed somewhere to rehearse. So we started to rehearse there upstairs in one of the rooms, and we was just there doing our thing. But that became the center of the place. Everybody started coming out, vibes in. Eventually, obviously, the council wanted to kick us out because we was there squatting. You know what I mean? So, but luckily for us, the Caribbean Times, the newspaper Caribbean Times, was just around the corner from us. So, veterans then we had a conversation with one of the man then from there, and he was like, "Wow, I'll come and see if I can help you out." So he came round, brother named John St. Louis, and he came round, and he was the editor for Caribbean Times, and he started to say, "Well, you know what? You need to actually form some kind of committee, present it to the council, get your your signatures and so forth." So that's what we did, and we presented to the council. We went to the council. There's about 200 men turn up in the council. People that were within no time we got our building. We got the building music co-op. We got rehearsal rooms. We got studio. We got it was proper. Like the whole message should have been good, and it was run for about a good 10 years. But inner politics, that's another story again that broke that down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. In the end, that was just a part of the history, you know what I mean? But during that time, I decided, because during that breakdown of iFashion, the band also broke down that I was with Sunset Band. So I continued my own solo career from there, So basically, and then I decided, because the Sunset Band, we actually didn't even put our record out. Band broke up. I put out the only record Sunset Band did. I'd done it all by myself. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do my own thing, But, I played you a track called Apartheid. That was from that era, and I re-recorded it. So I've got some of the musicians that come and play that. They come to the Malachi studio, and we're complete like 40 years later.
We was up till 4 o'clock this morning.
That's right,
recording, this new song that we wrote.
Amazing.
It's awesome, man. Tom sings too.
I do, It's slightly different than you guys. I sing 4-part harmony, so I'm a barbershop singer, so I don't know if you know about the art form. So
brilliant,
So I've done that for a good number of years. I just want to ask, actually, if I can, Barry, just a little bit about Malachi Studios, the kind of things that you do there. Is it very much you try and bring people from the community in to work with you? Is that right?
Well, yes. I mean, it started from basically the lockdown. My son passed away in 2019, and basically the lockdown came just straight after that. So I was just stuck in the house with thoughts and sadness. You know what I mean? So luckily for me, I bought my new bass, audio interface, and 2 speakers just the day before the lockdown. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like excited because I actually never knew anything about studio or anything. You know what I mean? So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I used to rely on, I paid, like, my first album cost me £4,000 because I would go and, pay my studio fees, get my work done, pay my musicians. Take a while, but that's the way I like to do it. So that's life. So when I've got the studio now, I'm realizing now I could actually, all my ideas, I've got tunes on phones, tunes on cassettes that I could actually bring to life. So I bought a laptop and then I learned the Logic. During the lockdown, I learned the Logic and started to build tune. And I put out my first EP during the lockdown. And it was charity EP, which the people who actually did the ceremony from my son, they were actually out during the lockdown giving out food and stuff to people who couldn't get out the house and stuff. And I thought that was a very noble thing. So I thought 50% of the proceedings of the CD will go towards that. And believe me, my fastest selling CD. You know what I mean? Like, I had a charity to it. It's like people give me more than what it was even worth. I was selling give me £10, like, wow. So I was able to go there. I was like so proud of, and able to go there and give them my money and say, now this is towards, you know, because they run a little Saturday school and they have their the things that they do for the elderly and people can't get out of the house. I said, yeah, great. So yeah, man, so it's been going from strength to strength, and my sound is just getting better and better, and people are coming now, and people who have their ideas and they want to make it a reality and make it really sound like a song, they will come to. And because I've got these years of experience, you know, we can throw down a little bass for them, some drums, and make the thing sound great, you know. And then they step out and like, wow, is that, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, man, you know. And, you know, obviously I charge a little fee, but nothing great, you know what I mean? It's affordable, and it helps me to pay my bills and not
keep the lights on.
Yeah, keep the lights on and
sure.
and do the 9 to 5 thing, you know what I mean?
We just wrote this amazing song, and oh my God, it's building like crazy, and we don't even have all the melodic instruments on there yet. Now, you're playing this weekend, right, or something, or Thursday?
Thursday we're down in Folkestone, you know, with Barry Isaac and Jaboni Art Stars, you know.
Yeah,
nice.
It should be a great show.
Your recent production, No Justice in Babylon, was produced in 2022. Have you got anything in the pipeline at the moment that you're about to drop at all?
Well, yes, there's plenty, but I've got a new release called Lovely Day, and it's a song that kind of, you know, I was talking to a brethren. I just come from Jamaica. It was lovely and sunny and red. I come over, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean, grey skies, and
that's it.
You know, you're trying to see a little bit of sunshine, and you see these guys spraying. I'm like, what's going on up there? Every minute they're spraying, every minute they're spraying. So I'm like, nah, man. And I was talking to a brethren on the phone, and I said, boy, it'd be a lovely day if they didn't spray. He goes, brethren, that sounds like a song. So I thought to myself,
wow.
Circulating my brain, and then all of a sudden I was working with a guitarist here I've been working with for 2 years. He's an old man, he's in his 80s actually, but he still comes to make music. So we had this little rhythm track that we done from last year. So when I pulled it up, straight away the melody just come to me, you know what I mean? So I said, hey, we got to do this, you know. And we just done it, and he put the guitar on and we released it. It's called Lovely Day.
See, that's positive music right there, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's on Spotify. It's on all the sites. So anybody want to tune it in, please. Yeah, man.
Brilliant.
Raise awareness. You know what I mean?
Well, other than that, Barry, just want to know any of your sort of social media handles that you've got that people can get in touch with what you're doing, see what you're up to. Maybe any websites you have that people can go and check out.
Well, I mean, the number one site is my Bandcamp, Barry Dredd Bandcamp. You can buy all my music on there.
All right.
And also you can get in touch with me through Facebook, Instagram. You know, I'm on all of the sites. You know what I mean? TikTok, you name them. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't have my own personal website at the moment because, you know what I mean? You know, not really that necessary at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
You know?
What I'll do is I'll get a hold of those details, and we'll put them in the description of the video for people. They can come and click on those and go and check you out.
Yeah, man. It's been a joy speaking to the item, Jano, you know, and Skyler.
It's wonderful, brother.
It's been brilliant. Yeah.
We're glad we meet you, you know, Jano, you know. This is what it's about, music for global change, you know what I mean? And, you know, I'm glad to be a part of it, you know what I mean? So, you know, more strength to the movement.
Yes, it's lovely to have you a part of it, brother. And power to the peaceful. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
For real.
You know what I mean? Listen, thank you for the privilege of your time, brother.
Thanks for joining us on our show. Yeah, appreciate it.
Really appreciate that, brother.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.